I feel like a Thanos reference could be made here, at least with the part where you go, is it done? What did it cost you? Everything? Because that's pretty much what happened here. Thanos came in, snapped his fingers, Axel Meta's gone, and what did it cost us? BT, and a lot of BT. Like, we're talking, like, in some cases, 50 to 60% of player representation being BT. So, yeah, this, I think, is right up there. Actually, no, this might be the best performance of a deck after a set release in at least my time playing this game. Like, it's crazy just how much BT is being played and just topping here. So, the second Omiya Hobby VGCS, 35 people. All top 4 was BT with 3 Riviere and 1 Melody and Eve. Top 8 was 7 BT and 1 Genesis. And look at the numbers here. 22 BT followed by 4 DI, 2 Gold Paladin, 2 Genesis, and only 1 Shadow Paladin, 1 Tachikaze, 2 of the former kings of the format, 1 DP, 1 Aqua Force, 1 Nubatama. So no more Kumo. Then again, as we all know, a lot of Murakumo players were just BT players waiting for this stuff to come out, so not surprisingly, a good bulk of those Murakumo players, and probably Pale Moon players, went right back to the #1 waifu and, I guess, deck in the game again. And yeah, as you might notice, Riviere was the most played of the bunch. This is not going to be uncommon. Riviere is just the better build of the bunch that you got, as the deck is basically Raging Form Dragon with extra draw power, or just a better Dragonic Overlord the Great with, well, draw power and what BT has. Like, you've got access to the Grade 2, I think it's called Lissalet. You've got the Melody Grade 2, I think it's Caro. Is that the yellow one? I forget, it's the from Colorful Pastoral, yellow Grade 2, and I think that one's Caro. So yeah, here's your first place BT deck list. Second place, yeah, you've got these guys. They've also got a great, yeah, you got Grade 2 Riviere, and then you've got the Grade 2 that stands itself when you Superior Ride Riviere. And the fact that Riviere is not locked to your opponent being on Grade 3 or you having X cards in Soul, it's just, do you have the Grade 3 Riviere in your hand? Okay, slam it down. Your opponent could very well just get killed depending on how well you high roll, because this deck has the scary distinction of being a deck that can high roll really friggin' hard, but if it doesn't high roll, it's just a good deck. It's completely the opposite case of, say, God Hand, where you either high roll with the fronts or your deck is awful. And yeah, so that's just what I was able to gather from a couple people who play BT, and the other builds are just not as good. Like Pacifica, I think it does appear once in here, so does Coral, but Coral is like not as good as the other ones. It's more consistent, but this deck here has more draw power. I think Pacifica is the second best, and you've got, I think Melody is the last one. Like, a lot of people are not that high on Melody this time around, I guess, yeah. So yeah, there's your second place. Here's your third place. This one is not playing Lissalet, I believe, but it is playing, yeah, I'm pretty certain it's Caro. Like, the more I see it, I'm pretty certain it's Caro. And then you've got Melody and Eve. So you've got the Grade 4, whose effect I legit... Oh, wait, I think it's you get to call a name and search your deck for it, or something like that. Yeah, and they're playing Lissalet and not the other card. Shit, I forget what that card was hit on the ban list was. Was it Cannon? No. Maybe? Who knows? In any case, so there is that. So next up, we have the second Sendai VGCS, 40 people. Riviere won. We don't know what got second. Agravain got third, and Riviere got fourth. So here's your Riviere, and here's your Agravain. We don't have the fourth place deck list. Now here's the big one. The Card Lab Tokyo VMC 2020 qualifier, 326 players, so that means they had to split it into two 163 players blocks. And look at what we got here. Block A, Riviere, Riviere, Murakumo, Riviere. Block B, Riviere, Riviere, Narukami, Riviere. Oh, oh god, this is Sky Striker level of everyone's playing it. So you've got Riviere, Riviere, Murakumo. So they're still hanging in there, but it's definitely not looking good for them, I think. Like, I think Kumo will still stick around, and maybe Shadows and maybe Pale Moon. I don't know about Tachis and Naras, though. I mean, yeah, there's a Nara list in here, but I think the Riviere matchup is just not going to be that favorable. If I think about how Naru's Wave 2 Gauntlet fared against Dyliner in that deck, and you look at Riviere, which I think is, at least on paper, a better Dyliner deck, then granted, the issue with Dyliner is that it also hit big and had crits. I don't know if this deck actually plays Force 2 over Force 1, and Force 2 Dyliner was kind of a pain in the ass. It probably does play Force 1, just you can get more power off those restands, but we'll see. Like, if Naru's end up being good in this format, that's great because, you know, Bank's coming pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the Tuesday stream. And yeah, so that's Block A. Block B, we've got Riviere. Naru's featuring, what is it? Okay, we got 7 draws and 5 crits. Then you've got Riviere. Then rounding it out, we have the second 193 VMCS, 63 people, Pacifica, Riviere Coral, Riviere Pacifica, and your top 8 was 7 BT, including 4 Riviere, 2 Pacifica, 1 Riviere Coral, and 1 Tachikaze. Okay, so Tachi's in there, but look at these numbers. 42 Bermuda Triangle, 4 Tachikaze, 3 Shadows of Murakumo, 2 Gold Paladin Kagero, Nova Rocket Force, and 1 Narukami OTT in Grand Blue. And as far as the BT decks go, 23 Riviere, 7 Riviere Pacifica, 4 Riviere Coral, 3 Coral, 3 Pacifica, and 2 Melody. I think that's the other thing about Riviere too that I just thought about is that it's also splashable as an engine. Kind of like how Engage and Widow Anchor were with Striker in the beginning. Like, yeah, I think you can play a Riviere package and have access to that ability to just Raging Form your opponent and still do the other stuff in your deck. Because I believe Pacifica is the spinning Valiant guy, so when you activate its skill, your opponent has to call 3 cards from hand to guard or something like that. So here you go, Riviere Pacifica. Is the grade 3 Riviere even in here? No, this is pure Pacifica. Whoops. Riviere Pacifica is the other builds in here. So yeah, here's pure Pacifica. Also playing the grade 2 from a Colorful Pastoral and the select. There's Riviere. Let's see, is this Riviere Pacifica? I gotta go back here a second. Riviere Coral, that's it. We don't see Riviere Pacifica in here. So this is Riviere Coral. Okay. I just didn't see the Coral cards in here. Oh, there they are. Okay, they're in the top right corner. So Coral grade 2. Is the Coral grade 1 in here? I think so. It's just covered. So that means the other card behind Riviere must be the Coral grade 3. And then you've got Riviere. And then you've got... what was that? Yeah, oh, Pacifica. So pure Pacifica. Okay, so 2 pure Pacificas managed to get 1st and 4th. So I guess, yeah, that deck's also pretty good. And, yeah. So, yeah. As you see, I kind of made a meme about it, you know. What with the whole Standard Man thing and whatnot. So, yeah, that's where Vanguard is right now, at least until Extra Booster 12 comes out, in which maybe Claret Sword, Vanquisher, or... I was going to say Revan, but I don't know. Maelstrom got Melody of the Waking Dragons as a grade 1, so maybe we'll just see them. Maybe Maelstrom will still be the better build, but yeah, so that's VG. And anyone who's going to be playing in the format during the time period between this set and Extra Booster 12 will need to be careful because Riviere is just a really, really strong deck. So, yeah, that's a thing. I wonder what's going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Oh, right, I forgot. Master Rule 4.5, that's a thing. So just a quick note on this, because I'm sure a couple people would be curious to know what my thoughts are on what's going on here. TLDR, you can now summon Fusions, Synchros, and Xyz monsters to the main monster zone without the use of Link monsters. So we've basically gone back to before Links, except Pendulums are still nerfed because they needed to be nerfed, and Link's still... Sure, it's going to lead to some degeneracy like hand loops, but overall it helps a lot of decks. I might actually pick up Yang Zing again. I definitely know I can play Thunder Dragon to do some silly stuff with Master Rule 4.5. So yeah, the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is looking to be a pretty good spot, just in case that this upcoming BT format turns people off, because not a lot of people liked playing during Fish Meta when they were the best deck in the format. So at least we have another card game you can fall back on if BT is just too much for you. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Boostar899, jacking out.